Hello and welcome to another Clash of Fates game. This is going to be a friendly between the JFK wasn't in the hero range and the Careless Whisper. Today joining me is going to be Angus,
Yeah, hi everyone.
and also we've got Vixen,
Hello.
and we're just getting into game now. So I'll let you guys take over.
So we got a split start here. We got Ash going down bottom, split up from the team. We got Dave Donuts in the top lane and Newbie Killer joined their roster recently. Zero ability power in the mid lane, rocking this new character. Echo will be interesting to see his slippery gameplay. He's got a lot of mechanics. They're kind of mirroring each other at the moment with Ash just pondering in the bot lane. Great hook shot. That was absolutely wonderful, just spotting them out. What are your thoughts, Vixen?
I've also just run over a ward, if we would have that, but blue team a perfect timer on that ward as well, so they know exactly when it's going to run out. There's a regular sustained start for the Echo in mid lane. It is a skill matchup, guaranteed, but obviously Ari has the advantage given she's ranged, so regular smart gun should sustain
It
that.
does have that Q, and when you get a few levels on it, you can really chunk down those
Yeah,
minions,
it's really good
especially
wave
if you
clear.
can get that early needlessly large rod. If you can pick that up and build that into the Luton's Echo for your first item, if you can get that on your first back, then you should be in a strong place there. Yeah,
Rumble might
looking to take the red, but maybe good wall placement there. Takes a snowball to the face, but that won't face him too much. Actually running away from that buff now.
Yeah.
So we'll see where Nunu starts. Nunu a bit behind the jungle.
Yeah, that was actually pretty bad that they overstayed there and didn't immediately decide to back off once they realized that Rumble was going to commit. And well, you were saying about Luton's Echo, Luton's Echo, and that's the thing. Like, what's really kind of exciting about the champion is that he hasn't been out all that long, and he has so many actual viable build paths. So we'll see what he ends up going for this game. But yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a YouTuber, Brofresco, and he played Echo in every single lane. He was doing all sorts of crazy builds. Even tried ADC Echo. Was kind of an entertaining matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy actually does. He tries every new champion, doesn't he, in every lane?
Pretty much on the PBE servers. And yeah, obviously quite an explosive top lane here with the Yasuo.
Yeah,
obviously
really
trading heavily at the moment with all those running around the minions. Ash another hook shot. Gotta love the fact that now stacks up with the charges and has infinite range across the map. Good to just spot out, just checking that blue buff is now down.
Oh, that's a great hook going in, and that looks like they're going to pile onto Sibba. And it looks like she's going down. She's 25%, but it looks like she's going to walk away with 10% HP.
That was set up because Ash and Thresh started off that lane.
Oh, I just saw the Amumu going low.
Yeah, that was going to Thresh.
Goes very enough. Another hook goes wide there.
Yeah, so really just abusing this Rumble right now.
Yeah.
In terms of these team comps, though, I'm kind of like looking at it, and there's not a lot of things that's going to proc Yasuo's ult. It's going to be difficult for them to get in the fight. Also, the fact that Nunu doesn't really have that gap closing ability, I feel apart from a hook or a really good charm landing, it's going to be difficult for this side to really get a good engage on. And Amumu obviously a very clear engage with his bandage Josh. So I'll be looking for a good whatever that ult is from Amumu. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
it's been a while since I've seen him play.
I do agree that I think the team fight wise it's definitely easier.
Echo is going into Ori, but I don't think he's going to have enough damage to put that down. But it looks like Yasuo is also putting a lot of damage down onto Rumble on top. And it looks like there's going to be a 2 versus 2 if this plans out well.
Yeah, okay, there's a massive CS advantage already up on top, and there's good aggressiveness mid, good damage down. But in teamfights, I reckon the only way that we're really going to be able to engage all that well is they rely on Ash ult and Yasuo having that pre-charged Q, and then he can hopefully get 1 or 2 more targets up in the fight. But outside of that, they haven't got too much good engage. I mean, you could argue that they might get picks with Ari and Yasuo, etc., but then they have a weird sort of passive carry, passive Nunu jungle. It's kind of, you might think that there hasn't been a lot of thought going into that team comp, but whatever.
Oh, that looks like Echo's going to go down, and it looks like the Ignite might tick away, and that is going to be first blood over to Echo. Guys, what do you actually think about the first Echo of the tournament?
Zero ability power is a really good mid laner, going to be really interesting to see what he's about. Ari wasn't really respecting the fact that you get that execute ability on Echo's W when you're below 30%. You need to be really careful when you're at low HP versus the Echo, because he is an assassin, and he will blow you up if you can get close and not landing that charm soon enough and just not mitigating enough damage.
But I don't think anyone actually knows how to play. I mean, certainly myself, I don't know how to play against an Echo.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. When a new champion comes out like that, I mean, it's not a lot. There's not a lot of people that actually.
And a great hook, and this should be a number kill going over, and that is, but it's going over to the fresh. It's going to make it a 1-for-1, but I think that's all that's going to happen.
Damn, that was just bad positioning by Bard there. Didn't expect
Yeah,
it
that's
at
just
all.
the light ticking. That would mean that the sightstone comes in quite early. Looking for Nunu to also have a sightstone as well, so they should be providing quite a lot of map vision and see how that goes.
Yeah, CS advantage is still massive for top side, and Rumble's not CSing well under turret at all, and he's constantly being pushed up, so got decent damage down, but it's not actually going to do too much in the lane, unfortunately. I mean, he has sustain left, but I think Yasuo's just sort of outclassing him at this point.
Yeah, that's good 2 million waves ahead of creep score there, and
well, level 6 for Echo.
There's a gank happens bot lane.
There is. I'm not getting excited just yet, but it looks like Ash is going to get caught out. She flashes instead of taking the lantern, though. Is that going to cost her the ignite? Oh, the last hit on bar. Oh, so close.
And Bard didn't want to flash for that one. I think that was probably smart. He would have gone 1-for-1 in the end. Walking up, rewarding that try. And so
Yeah,
now
potentially could have been on the same wavelength and just taken that lantern and saved the flash, or use the flash afterwards. But
I think it was more of a panic flash, but.
Well, I think
so,
actually that once, because of the unfortunate aim of the lantern, that she would have had to walk back into the Amumu stun.
Yeah.
So, okay, W coming up miss. See, Echo ult isn't actually the most aggressive thing in the game unless the enemy just mispositions really, really badly. It's actually more of a really great 2v1 tool and really safe against ganks. But I guess we'll see. Maybe Ari will actually end up engaging if he gets free time.
Unless you can be in a sustained melee fight for over 3.5 seconds and get that chrono shifting kind of catch up to you, it's not going to proc the damage. The damage is quite high.
It just shouldn't happen.
It is about 400 health at rank 1.
Well, it's
Ari has enough mobility that she should be staying out of the range of that the entire time.
But the only problem with that is with the Echo, it's the anti-burst ultimate, isn't it? You could burst him down and then he'll just ult you back to the same HP he had. So
it is more of a defensive tool at this stage than anything.
I would have thought after level 6 neither of the mid lane's going to get a kill unless they get some heavy jungle pressure. Probably isn't going to come from the Nunu. Maybe a Mumu if he lands a good bandage shot from a kind of out of line of sight might be able to get a kill on Ari, but it's going to be difficult.
Oh, it looks like Ash is going to be in trouble here now. Just baiting in on Mumu. Still hasn't gone yet. What's?
I guess he didn't want to.
No,
we'll go for it now.
He has gone for it now, but there was a fight in the top lane as well. That was really interesting by the Amumu, not to go in there when they had a chance. But it looks like Ash is still going to pick up. My God, that's fantastic play coming over for the ADC. I think that the hesitation coming down from the Amumu then cost them in that, but Ashio going straight in and getting the kill and getting out. So that is a 2-for-1. That's big too fast. That's a 3, a 4 for 0 coming over to the blue team.
JFK just bringing out spades in that one.
And Echo didn't react at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe get a bit of pressure down the mid lane.
Do you think it would have made
Ari just pushing him in beside?
Yeah, got a good sizable CS barrage off of it, but I mean, did he even ping it? I mean, maybe he should have warded toward that side to make sure that they had vision. I know while coming down, it didn't look as though they had any idea Ari was there.
Do you think it would have
when the Ari actually came down, so it was just a bit of a clean-up duty there. The main issue for that was that the Rumble completely whiffed his ultimate, and
that was
Yasuo just ulted under the tower, obviously landing that knockup and taking full advantage of this lane. Really strong CS now on advantage, 25 CS, nice charm landing in the mid, but
not gonna out
trading back without Q.
Yeah, that's always the biggest thing against Echo as well. If you take that triple, the stack on his passive, then you're gonna get out traded almost every time. It's just way too strong.
charm hit!
He's going to look around this dragon now. They're going to potentially create some pressure in the bot lane again, try and wrestle back control after that slightly damaging gank in the bot lane.
Oh, there we go. The ignite is going to take. Is it going to be enough though?
Nah, it's not going to be enough.
It's not, but Mumu is here. A Mumu and Nunu. That's a mouthful.
Alright, re-engages. Baiting. Nice.
Oh, but he's got no help. Oh, Mumu getting his ultimate off. And that is really well played by them two there. TP coming down as well on the bot. Oh, a great ultimate coming from Bard. This should be a pick-up, as long as she doesn't get anything back for it. That was fantastic play to bring the game back for JF, but it looks like Yasuo is here for Echo. Can he get anything? He hasn't got his ultimate either, and that looks like it's going to be a good kill over to Yasuo.
Needed just 1 second for that to proc. It does shield area.
Oh! And this is going to be a 3 versus 2 there. Is this what they really want? It doesn't look like a great ultimate coming from Rumble to not be able to get them away, and that's going to be a good kill.
He walked into the Rumble ult and then the Lantern pulled him through it again. That was pretty bad.
Nice synergy there between the top laner and support. Good.
Would you do the dragon at this time?
Yeah, no,
Your jungler's really low at the moment. An interesting call, and they're just going to back out. I think they're going to lose the dragon now, and it looks like they're going to get a kill as well.
should be dead though. Yeah.
Going over to the Nunu though, interesting.
Fresh still chasing. They really should commit to the flash out. Give it up.
Oh, just missing
Alright,
the charm.
too far.
Yeah, they won the team fight, but then they decided not to. They decided to do the dragon. They should have gone back.
They'll get it. They have a Nunu. I mean, this is what he's for primarily.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying was the red side. They won the fight. They should have just backed.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And like when your smite champion is especially against the Nunu, when he's that low, just don't even risk it. If you have to give it up, fine. But you don't want to have to, burn all these splashes and all these free kills for something that isn't even guaranteed at all. In fact, you could argue that it was heavily in the favor of blue side anyway, because they weren't watching res times properly and they didn't have the proper vision to prepare for that.
Exactly, a bit half-hacked at that point, but let's just get back to the game a little bit more and just talk about these build paths. I'm looking at Ashe. She's building 2 items at once. Really important to get that Infinity Edge early, and building that Zeal will certainly slow that down. On the other hand, Sivir got that early BF sword, now got that pickaxe in, should be coming up with this IE fairly soon. Only 1300 got off on that one.
Well, level 10 versus level 8 in the top lane at the moment.
Finally, Newbie Killer's got this Haunting Guys. Hopefully that'll settle him in the lane. He is certainly struggling with that CS now.
I'm hoping that the Seeker Sounds is coming out of that next dance down though. And I've got to say, like, I've seen that build on Ashe before. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I have seen it. So I mean, there must be some sort of progression behind it. But I'm
might be dead again.
And that looks like, it looks like Rumble is going to take an easy kill there. They're not Rumble, the Yasuo.
Echo's definitely gone what I would say is my preferred build path, and that's he benefits greatly from CDR, especially on such a good ability like the Z, where it's home ability and free and go.
Oh, the arrow! But unluckily, he wasn't taking the damage there. That was really well played by the Fresh.
No, pulled out of it, yep. Pulled out the bottom. And
no, he's going down.
Great turnaround.
Is Yash going to get away? It looks like she's going down. No, Sivir should be taking that up. That's a nice double kill. Really well played by the Thresher to try and set something up there. It's a shame that the ball wasn't taking the tower damage.
Yeah,
I'm surprised this Nunu hasn't gone Sightstone yet. I'd say that the vision for JFK is not potentially what it could be, and potentially paying for it there with the immovable.
But again, Echo going full force into the Ori in the mid lane, but Nunu is there to assist.
Shouldn't be able to do too much. In fact, Echo can actually fight this.
Yeah, he's going straight back in like that. But she got a really good charm off, and it looks like he's going to get caught out now. This is going to be a 3 versus 1 unless Bard can help this. But I don't think he can. It looks like Fresh is also coming up as well. It looks like he's not going to be able to. Is he going to try and get a kill? Oh, brilliant play by the Echo to bring a kill back into that.
Yeah, that was nice.
Nice execute. Just showing that mobility of the Echo there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what the CER allows you to do.
Oh, and a great hook onto the bar. This should be a dead bar. And that's another one. It looks like the snowballs. Oh, but they're going in though. They're following in. This could be dangerous. This looks like it's going to be a mistake, but I don't think they're going to. Fresh is going to go down, but can they get anything back from it? The Amumu is taking it over, and that is going to be the Yasuo going down as well. And it looks like Nunu is going to get picked off, unless the Rugo gets caught as well. No. Oh, but the arrow! This is just one fight after another. And is the Ash going to be able to get anything from the Amumu? It doesn't look like it. So in the end, that looked like it was a 3 for 2 over to the red side.
Yeah,
that
really
was
nice
pretty
absolute
insane.
zero from the Nunu, just channeling that all in the bush. Very bold to take that magical journey between
Yeah,
the two towers into the Sivir as well. That was certainly a bit of a risky play.
Pretty
That's
insane.
just trying to clean up the rest of that, but all fairly scrappy around the map, which
Like
is
getting
why we've
handed
got
over.
23 kills in 15 minutes. It's quite a high octane gain, and we're having to commentate quite a lot with these team fights because it's just all action. It's great.
Yeah.
I've got to say, like, Sivir is. I mean, she has the first item. She's full one. She's doing well, gold wise, ahead in CS, and I mean they're ahead in CS in mid as well. But the CS difference in top is just way too fucking large at this point. I'm fairly worried that once it comes to team fights, if red or if rather blue manages to get a half decent Ashe ult down, that Yasuo might really be able to decimate what is ultimately a pretty squishy team.
So, in terms of items, we're going to be looking for the cleanse maybe on the Bard just to get the Sivir
Yeah, the
out of the Ashe, yes, the Mikhails, or get Sivir. Obviously, she needs to be spell shielding either that Ashe, or because the team has limited knockouts, just watch out for that knockout from the Yasuo and just avoid that with the spell shield.
Yeah,
And so she shouldn't be ulted. So potentially a good bit of security late game if that Mikhails can be built up, get that double spell shield as well. She can even build a QSS, that might be a bit overkill, but she should be safe hopefully.
I mean, Rumble's not. He's not doing too well at this point, but his team can still do well in these team fights, considering that they have a Mumu, they have
Dragon in 1 minute.
They're in a good echo at this point. Like it's enough for him to just land ult and do nothing else at this point. It really is.
They do say that Rumble's power spike comes very early, just with that magic penetration. He's kind of got the 2 magic penetration items now. So, as you say, just landing a good ult, just slowing the team down, allowing Echo and Sivir just to do that work, getting Sivir's ultimate just to help out on the hunt, just running them down, and that could be a good opening for them.
So what's your feelings on Bard then? Because Bard isn't one of the best supports at the moment, and he is 0-4 in this game.
Well, this like Bard can be very good, and I mean I mentioned it a bit earlier. I don't think it was being recorded at that point, but the Bard and Echo synergy is actually pretty good. It's just very hard to pull off, and I mean you'd think that maybe they've been practicing it if they were going to pull these two picks out together, but they're grouping up for Dragon. It looks like but yeah, if the Bard ult has managed to come, like is able to come down and then Echo times it perfectly, so that when they come out of Bard ult, they're going into an instant AoE stun from Echo. It could be, I mean, fucking incredible considering they have a Mumu and Rumble ult, But whether or not they'll actually be able to do that this game is it remains to be seen, especially since Rumble and Bard don't seem to be having the best games.
And here we go, that's an engage. They're managing to catch up the Ori, but this is going to be a team fight. And at the moment, it is look like the Rumble is going to take down the first, and the Rumble's going to take the Yasuo, but the Ashe is going to take down the Echo. And it looks like she's going to get it down with the lead, but no, she's not. And this looks like it's going to be an ace over to the mid team. What a great team fight.
Yeah, that's definitely easier for a team to do what they need to do, and it looks like Blue were coordinated at all on that. I'm not actually sure how that fight exactly started, but it looked like they got engaged on him and just straight up caught out and really abused for their shortcomings in the mid and jungle position at this point, since mid is so behind.
Yeah, and a nice equalizer landing as well. Really.
Yeah, I was going to say that that Rumble ult really helped that fight.
Zero ability power, just getting in the back line. Did pay for it with his life as they get a bot lane tower as well. Rumble just getting up that CS a bit more and just pushing out that mid lane, getting a bit of control out the map. Hopefully they can land some deep vision as they walk away, but it just seems that they're going to go down the map there. People could potentially be looking to upgrade their trinkets now because they're past level 9. Not too many people have.
Oh, it looks like Bard has been caught out. It looks like Yasuo is going to chase him. Is he going to go through the mystical journey? He is. He's going to follow him. It looks like Bard hasn't got any backup. That's a great stun to get away though. And it looks like Bard is going to walk away.
Alright, getting handed blue. There's a ward there that's seen that. Got timer on it if they need it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of pushing power and kind of like who potentially has the advantage at this point, Vixen, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so definitely Rumble has good wave clear and everything, but at this point he can't hold a candle to Yasuo, like not at all. So, and especially since they have a good turret advantage in top right now as well, I honestly think they're going to be reliant on Sivir just consistently pushing out mid and then maybe rotating to this top side, which they're obviously pressuring.
And it looks like Echo is going to start this fight. His team aren't there yet, but Yasuo has been caught out. And that is a good Inuel, but I don't think he's going to be able to get away. And that is Echo taking him down. Is Yasuo going to get away? It looks like he has splashed away. Yeah. But it looks like this is going to be a 4 versus 1, and he is going to be taken down. A double kill over to Echo.
I would say it's quite risky running the Echo and the Rumble, obviously both melee. They're heavily.
A Baron for bot tower.
Is that a TP
That's
for a bot? Alright, Rumble's defending.
Ah.
TP on
Probably quite smart.
He's got Equalizer if he needs to just wave clear that.
I don't think they're challenging it. Okay, so we are now 21 minutes into the game. It looks like we are 13 to 18 going over to the JFK at the moment, and they have about a 6k gold lead with 3 towers to 1 dragons each. So it's looking in their favour at the moment.
As Vixen said, the Yasuo can't hold a candle to the Rumble, so they shut down the Yasuo and they take off the big threat on the map and manage to take the major objective, the Baron, off it. Great play for them, great visualization of the fact that they could do that. He was overextending and just trying to push his advantage versus the Rumble, and just trying to shut him down even more on the CS, and pays for it with his life and costs his team the Baron.
So who would you put your money on then? If at this point in the game, would you think that it's just going to be the JFK, or do you think the Careless Whisper are going to?
Definitely red side. I mean, look, at this point, I mean, to be perfectly honest, Echo's late game scaling I'm not too aware of. I think
it is quite good.
20, but yeah, it does seem to be
but very squishy as well.
Yeah, and so going like purely off of that, I mean, Ashe has pretty decent late game scaling. Ari's actually very good against specifically their comp that red team are winning, but you know, and of course, so it's good late game as well. But they just have too much. They have
Oof, managed to get down too, and an equalizer coming out. They are looking for the fight. The Feckless is coming down, and Rumble is going to get dropped though, and that is him using his hourglass. Is Echo going to save him? It looks like Rumble is going to get away. Very well played over by the Echo, and to use his ultimate to get back out. That was a 1 for 0 and a tower. 2 towers in the top lane. It looks like they are really snowballing this game at the moment. If they don't get anyone back, it looks like they are going to take the top tower as well.
I think that's just a testament to how far red team are ahead at the moment. I mean, that was 3v4 mid or 3v5 mid or something, and they managed to turn around and get a kill off of it and defend mid turret while their 2-man push top with the Sivir and Baron, which is completely correct. Although I would have liked to see a move mid above top, but regardless.
I think I have concerns with JFK's comp in the fact that Yasuo getting off a reliable last breath will be quite difficult.
Yep.
So, and obviously he's the one who's had the advantage for their team. They really need him to be impactful in the fights, and if he just can't get in with a good last breath, it's just not going to happen for their team.
Well, I mean,
the Ari hasn't farmed very well with the 128 farm versus the 171 Echo's really pushed it out. Now got that Luden's Echo, probably going to be going for the you can actually go for a Zhonya's with the immunity from your ultimate as well. You get so much survivability, and just with that CDR you can just reset your abilities. You get your jump down to about 5 seconds, and you should be able to move about after you do your Zhonya's.
Yeah, Ari is really just in a terrible position right now. I mean, she has enough for a needlessly large rod, so next back she should definitely be getting that, but she still can't get a Ludens. She's have to sell both Dorans if she went back at this point, and the Dragon seems to be coming up within the next 30 seconds, so she's not going to have Ludens for this fight. She might not even have needlessly if she doesn't back right within the next 5 seconds. And Yasuo's still top. He does have TP, but yeah, I mean, at this point, like, they haven't. I mean, Yasuo did get a lot of his lane, but they didn't actually use that as a team and promote Yasuo's strength, and so now they're in a position where the red team are completely impenetrable as a unit for blue side. They don't have the right picks, they don't have the comp, and they certainly don't have the play at this point, and it's I gotta say it's fairly conclusive, but
maybe lacking a bit of confidence now, especially now that they're 7k goal down as they take another dragon. That's only the second though.
That is. And I actually think that's fairly funny that it's only the second, considering this is a crazy game that seems to be going on for a lot longer than it actually has. But what is that, 34 kills now?
Yeah, well, there was that mistake earlier by Fantastic Foods, and it just meant that JFK could get back in the game. But since then, Fantastic Foods really managed to push the pedal to the metal and taken out.
Who's the Fantastic Foods?
Oh, wait, Bardo. Miss.
Is it not Fantastic Foods?
No, Fantastic Foods changed their name. They're now the JF Kennedy.
Oh, they're now JFK.
Yeah, JFK used to be the Fantastic Foods. But here comes another team fight, and Echo managing to burst down too. Really very well played. This looks like it's going to be a heavy loss now. They're going to take the in-hit by the look of it.
That's when Echo really works well. When you're trying to kite back, it means that you can get back to your ultimate, and then you lag your ultimate behind.
Like, he's gonna get
Looks like Rumble did get caught out on the top. A little bit overconfident maybe. He is going to get away. Oh my gosh. Oh, he has him. Oh, the plays in the top lane. Oh, I just don't know what happened, but very well played to the Rumble there then. I think he was very lucky to survive that.
Yeah, the few crits that really should have happened, I don't know. Yes, but because Yasuo doesn't have his Infinity Edge yet, and I don't actually necessarily agree with his build either, so I think maybe that might have messed him up there.
He's 100 CS up though to the Rumble. That's really well played by the Rumble to keep himself alive there though.
He should have gone IE with that kind of advantage.
Yeah.
I think getting the Blade of Rungi active and just being able to stick to somebody is potentially useful. Obviously, that life's still able just to sustain a bit more.
Well, see, I would agree with you, but they haven't been using him like that, you know? They were...
Yeah.
He kept forcing him top, or rather he kept going top, and he kept trying to get that push off, and if you're going to do that, then you need to be able to 1v1 or even 2v1 any opponent.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that the Yasuo has always been 2-item build OP champion, the IE and the Civ. So
just get that 100% or 90% crit and just be able to steam more people. You are right, but just didn't feel that it was what he wanted. He just got that cutlass and just went for that build path. I mean, this Echo seems to be doing really well. I'm glad Zero Ability Power is really showing up.
Well, they are over a 10k gold lead at the moment as well, and 10 kills. And the Echo's going to get, but he is going to get burst down! The push is going to take that. This is the fact that they needed, they're going to take it though. They've got no ADC and they've got no jungler. But they haven't engaged either. Bard is by himself and he's going to take, oh my gosh. I think the JFK are just really playing their advantage at the moment. I mean, if Bard can take down their mid laner by himself, then I mean, okay, she was really low HP, but
you have to assume that. I mean, even with Bard burst alone, so we're talking Q and passive, she might have been able. She might have died from it anyway. But you know, you have to just assume that Bard's got Ignite up at that point.
Another Baron coming up here. They've now got spell breath, got vision control, so much vision control in this top side of the map. Ash has been seen bottom, is recording as well, just won't actually be part of it. And a free Baron over to JFK.
Well, unless Nunu could do something about it, but I don't think he can. So Vixen, I'm going to have to ask you a question. As one of the favourites for the tournament, are you a little bit worried going against one of these teams? I think you're in the league with the JFK, I believe.
I honestly don't know, but I've got to say that I'm not. We expect to win this tournament.
Confident.
Like absolutely, that's not even a question. And I mean, we haven't practiced all that much, but we're a very good team. We've beaten better teams than this, so in more higher stakes tournaments than that.
Oh, brilliant! That's really good to send. How do you feel about going against Simplicity Gaming, our sponsors? Then, if you win the tournament.
Who? Sorry, Simplicity. Was it Simplicity?
Yeah, Simplicity Gaming. Is it Simplicity? Sorry, Simplicity Gaming. My fault about that.
Yeah, I don't know who's on that roster, but I know.
Well, nobody at the moment.
You could be on it, mate.
You could be on it. They are looking for a team to build for the Challenger Series.
Well, we can do the business discussions elsewhere. But no, look, like we were a very good team. We actually have a new AD carry now, so things have slightly changed with regards to that. But Echo engaging.
And it looks like it's going to be a team fight. And Hourglass coming out from Zero straight away though. That was a little bit important.
Yeah, he's just going to get all that.
And it looks like this might be GG going over to the JF Kennedys at the moment.
Yeah, like that at this point.
Zero ability power, just being seriously aggressive on this
Ooh.
late laner.
Managed to get the shutdown though on the ADC.
Yeah,
You
that's a
can
bit
just
of
see
a
that
raid.
see that shield as well that you get off the Echo. It's really large.
Very strong, yeah. No,
I
it
don't
is.
think Ari's going to be able to do anything. Ari's going to take down. That's a double kill going from the Ari. Can she stop this game from going? No, I don't think it's. I think it's over and done with now. Very well played for both teams.
Wait, apparently Rumble was running 921 masteries, which is pretty interesting. I'm definitely scared of that Yasuo then. They didn't do him too well in lane.
Well, he did get dominated, but I think he was more active in the team fights than the Esper was, and that was the reason why they brought it out. So we're going to go over to the MVPs after that fantastic game to cast. So we're going to start with you, Angus. Your top 3, and then your MVP, please.
I like seeing the Bard. The Bard's always quite a fun champ to just run around the map. I thought that he really helped and did quite well in quite a few situations. Not being very specific there, but I just liked his gameplay. I felt the fact that the obviously Echo, the zero ability power, played really well. Fun to see that he's got a considerable mastery of this new champion. Farmed really well, and yeah, was just quite dominant in the game. Managed to get that solo kill on Ari as well, and just proving quite impactful in terms of who did well on the other team. I would say Yasuo did well, quite rightly. If you go Yasuo top, you want to build the team around him, and you want to have suitable knockups or something. You know, you go for like a Lee Sin jungle who doesn't have to build damage. You can just build him tank. You can go Cinderhold with Lee Sin, and just have him in the front line. Just get that kick back into a suitable target, and just that last breath as well. And it can just reduce that knockback distance as well, so you can get that target slightly closer, and potentially could have been a lot better than the Nunu, who went for a very late sightstone and just wasn't too impactful in the early game. You know, wasn't really counter jungling, wasn't really providing a lot of presence in the lanes.
Alright, so your MVP went over to the Echo, is that right?
Yeah, to the Echo. I thought he did a good job on them.
I would love to give the MVP over to the Echo, but I think Echo is really broken at so it would be a little bit of effort. But going over to you, Everton, who's your top 3 players and your MVP for this game?
So, for me, it's pretty clear cut. It goes Echo, Mumu, Sivir.
Interesting.
Then,
Okay.
I will quickly note on the Nunu. It's like if you're gonna pick that champion, you got to be impactful in one way or another. And he looks a bit lost, to be honest. Like if you're gonna pick Nunu, you should either pressure jungle wise. You should constantly take river, crab, and just sort of harass the lanes. You're not looking to gank and pressure too much in terms of kill threat, but actually in terms of utility for your team. So that side sense should come up much earlier. He should have been running around the map purely just trying to provide vision for his team so that Mumu couldn't get anything early game, but it happened anyway. So yeah, I mean, if it was going to go to the least valuable player, it might be Nunu simply for misuse of the champion. But yeah, no, Sivir played. I mean, you can't really complain too much about Sivir's play. It was basically the reason why he's definitely in my top 3, and that's kind of what you really want from him. I mean, he played as much as you could have asked, you know, totally standard and solid. So that's fine. And Mumu, I mean, yeah, he went righteous, his build path. I mean, I don't actually remember the order in which he built his items, but ultimately at the end of the game, his items are totally fine as well, built correctly. And he got down a few good ults, and obviously, I mean, you can tell just from kill participation and the fact that he had 1 death in that game. I mean, some could argue that he's a tank and should maybe die more for his team, but ignoring that, you know, he actually beat the Nunu in farm as well, which should not happen. So yeah, apart from that one bad judgment call at Dragon, he also played well, and then yeah, ultimately you got to give it to Echo. He constantly stayed up in his lane. Apart from not being able to contest the Io roam towards bot, he out-farmed, he out-pressured in lane, outplayed throughout the game, and was definitely my MVP.
Oh, brilliant! So you both went for the Echo in the mid lane, 0 ability power.
Yep.
So no matter what I vote for now, he did get the MVP. But I'm actually going to go a different route to you. One of my the top 3 players, I have to give it over to the Rumble. He started off really slow, and everyone knows that once you get behind in game, it's really hard to get back. And even now, he's well over 100 CS down.
Yeah, no.
But getting into the team fights and getting back into the game and helping your team push, he managed to get himself to 6-4 and 14 to bring to help his team, even being so far behind. So he's definitely in my top 3 for helping his team out and being in there.
No, yeah, I will say. I kind of overlooked that. Like, he should definitely be commended for not telling off of how disastrous the lane phase he had. The fact that he managed to recover and do exactly what his team needed him to do, which is, we said it towards the beginning of when a lot of the fights started to happen, which is all he needs to do is land good ults. And there was one like near perfect ult. I think it was maybe around Dragon. I can't remember exactly, but it was no, actually it was around mid lane. He almost died, but they managed to turn it around. It was like a 3v5. It was great. But the ults was like perfect from him, and yeah, the fact that he did what not many players can do, which is come out of a disastrous lane phase and remain relevant, purely from play standpoint and mental. And his build was fine as well. It's like, yeah, definitely should commend him for that.
Yeah, so in the top lane, I mean, Yasuo did play very, very well this game, and he was carrying his team. But in the top lane, I have to say that Rumble probably came out better from being so far behind to be able to help his team. So he's definitely my top 3. But I think, yeah, Echo and Sivir have to be in there as well, and I think Echo's going to take the MVP for this game. So that's been another game from the Clash of Fates tournament, although it was a friendly, very well played from both teams. But JFK wasn't in here and takes this game, and I believe they won the best out of 3 for this game. But yeah, so that's been a fun game to catch. Thank you, Angus, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks guys, that was great.
And also thank you, Vincent, for joining us as well from the final 5.
Cool.
And do you know who you have next week, Vincent?
It's Vixen, but
Vincent, sorry.
Gosh, I mean, I actually don't know who. I mean, I probably should know. So it's pretty bad. But no, I don't know.
Well, it's all on the website anyway.
Probably check the graphics or whatever.
Well, you've got all week to sort it out anyway.
Have you stopped streaming?
No, not yet. I haven't said my goodbyes yet. Anyway, that's going to be a goodbye from me. Goodbye from Angus.
Yeah,
bye.
And a goodbye from Vincent as well. I'll see you later, guys.